Hello and welcome to Ask MotorInc. Is the place where Shumi and I get an opportunity to help you out with the answers to questions that you have posted in motoring circles on the motoring app. Now, if you have questions that you'd like answered from us, just head to the motoring app, go to circles, and post your question there using the hashtag AskMotoring. Now, the first question that we have here is an interesting one. It's from Storm Wolf, and he's talking about his life now as a car driver. He's just learned how to drive. He's got a car, he's been a motorcyclist, and he's finding driving a car to be, I think, frustrating. He's not saying that, but I'm interpreting it as that because he's talking about his experience of being on a motorcycle where it feels like you're one entity. There's the sense of freedom, there's the sense of joy, and that is absolutely true. Any motorcycle, no matter how simple it is, can feel, well, very involving, very connected, and incredibly liberating. A car is also liberating. It provides you convenient, easy mobility for you and your family, but along with that freedom, you also get a lot more responsibility. Because a car is not only bigger, heavier, it has more power, but it also has the potential to, well, on a motorcycle, you're primarily thinking about keeping yourself safe. When you're driving a car, you have to think a lot more about the people and the things around you and to drive according to that. And in our conditions, in our traffic, on our roads, the conditions are chaotic, which means as a car driver, you need to take a lot more care. Now, this is a fence that I've sat on my entire life, cars or bikes, and I still haven't been able to choose between them. There are times when I will absolutely want to be in a car, like when I'm traveling with my family and just want to relax with them. And there are times when I absolutely must be on a bike. And trust me, most roads are more enjoyable on a bike. There's no taking away from that. But in the right conditions, a car can feel pretty special. And I hope that you, as you evolve as a driver, get more confidence with your driving skills and in your car, you will find that there are more opportunities and more places for the car to feel enjoyable as well. Our next question is from Shreyas Kashyap. He asks whether getting annual maintenance contracts from car companies makes sense or not. Yes, they do. Quite simply because it guarantees or rather locks in the cost of maintenance of your car for regular maintenance. And as I was given to understand with certain brands, it also takes away the opportunity for a dealer to add in extras while the car is at service. Because anything that you end up having to pay for additionally will be in your face. So it's not easy to add or slip in stuff like underbody treatments or wheel balancing, which is not expected or required at that point in time. So annual maintenance contracts have that advantage. And aside from that, brands will also kind of sweeten the deal by offering discounts in some cases for any unexpected interventions that might be required. And in that case, it adds to the benefit of the money that you've spent to get the annual maintenance contracts. Our next question is from Parth AB. He used to drive a Santro from 2007, and in 2023, he upgraded to an i20 N-Line manual. Man, dude, nice. And his question is a little bit of a strange one. His Sandro had some sort of an issue. It used to stall and in traffic, and he would have to push start it at times frequently. And that was challenging and scary and a little bit awkward. And he's wondering if that happens with his N line, is it okay to push start first and foremost? Unless and until something is wrong with your inline, like if the battery's gone weak for whatever reason, this should not be an issue. You'll get plenty of warning before you get to a point where it just cuts out on you randomly. As for the inline manual that you're talking about, and in this case, let's be clear, your inline has a TGDI engine, which means it's turbocharged and it has direct injection for the petrol. And that means it has a high pressure fuel injection system and that needs electric power to run optimally. So, push starting a car is not a good idea. I hope you don't have to. And if you land up in a situation where the car needs to be started, you need to jump start it using another battery from another vehicle and using the leads to connect it properly and then cranking the car, not push starting it. In an emergency, you could try, but do not think of this as a regular thing to do. Not at all. Next up is Kuber K. Gupta. He drives a 2018 Nexon, and I have to congratulate him. Him and his wife are expecting, and so he's been driving a little bit differently when he's ferrying her around in the car, which is awesome. What he's doing is to avoid discomfort for his wife while they're on the road, he drives slower than usual and he sticks to the leftmost lane as far as possible so that they aren't inconveniencing the traffic around them. But in this scenario, what he's finding is that the Nexon doesn't feel as absorbent over bad roads like it does at higher speeds. At slow speeds, it ends up feeling bouncy and bumpy, and that's not great. Well, yes, you would like to smoothen that out, and that is something that you're trying to figure out with the way you drive by driving slower. Now, the main thing I'm going to say in this scenario is if you're driving slow and you're worried about inconveniencing traffic, make yourself more visible. And the easiest way to do that is to keep the hazards on. He has constantly in his message been talking about inconveniencing other vehicles, primarily two wheelers, which stick to the left edge of the road, and that is a great thing that he's being cognizant of that. Using the hazards will warn them that you're driving slower than the traffic around you and that they should take care. This is a great place to use hazards. You have reasons. I would also suggest putting up one of those baby on board pictures in the rear windscreen so that people that are driving up to you know why you're probably driving slowly as well. As for fixes, well, this isn't going to be easy. The only thing you can try is to lower the pressures on the tires so that there's just a bit more compliance. But I don't think it's going to make a big enough difference in your case. What you're doing is already good enough. Just sprinkle a few of these additional steps in between so that the traffic around you is aware that you're driving slower than them and to stay a little bit further away from you. All the best to you and the fam. Our next question is from Achyut KR, and he's talking about a car that he wants to buy, which is something that we don't discuss in Ask Motoring. But this is a little bit of, how should we put it, a hypothetical situation because he's not looking to buy a car today. It's going to be somewhere next year in the second half. And the car that he's interested in is the Ignis, and he's wondering whether it'll be around then. And this is speculation, but I will say, from my perspective, with certainty, that the Ignis will not exist then. It's been on sale for ages. If nothing else, there will not be an Ignis upgrade or a next gen Ignis. Because I think what Maruti Suzuki are going to do is bring in a micro SUV to rival the Punch, which is going to be built on that Swift platform, which is shared with the Ignis, and that will take up the space. So when you get to that point, don't worry about it. You'll have some other option. You'll have more options for sure. And while the Ignis is special, and if I had to buy one today, I definitely would. Even when you get there and when you're ready to buy, you'll find some interesting options. So chill. Our next question is from Karthik SG, and he's talking about service. He feels that he's getting overcharged for the service of his Tata Nexon at the authorized service centers, and he's wondering whether he should just step out. But his concern is warranty. What should you do? In his situation, I have a very simple baseline. I don't want the hassles of the what if scenarios if something were to go wrong. I would not want to give the dealership or the manufacturer an opportunity to void my warranty in case something big were to go wrong. And that means I'd have to put up with their service, whether it's good, bad, expensive, or not. This was something that was available to you as information before you bought the car. Now, the other thing that you have said in your post is that you feel like you're getting overcharged. Either you are or you aren't. You can clarify this. You can and should discuss your bill with your dealership. If they are unwilling to do it, you should be writing to the company. You should be asking them for clarification. You should have the clarity whether you're being overcharged or not. I would suggest tackle that first. If it turns out that you aren't being overcharged, then problem gone. The next question is from Jojo, who's moving to Mumbai. Welcome to Maharashtra. And he's looking to get an XUV 700. And his question is to do with leasing. And he says there's a lot of ambiguity around it, and he's looking for some clarity. Well, the clarity that I will provide is that you're right. There is a lot of ambiguity. Just stop thinking of leasing as an option to getting a car financed. Think of it as an retention tool for a company, for its employees, and a way to save taxes. That's what leasing really works for, to help you save money, to help companies retain talent. And if you're going to be getting your XUV 700 through your company, chances are that the plan that is available through this leasing company via your employer is going to be a slightly custom plan. They can vary a bit, and how beneficial they are for you depends on which slab of the tracks bracket you are in. So, yes, there is a lot of ambiguity. There will be a lot of number crunching that you'll have to do before deciding whether it works for you or not. And with leasing, it can often be the case that, when you change your jobs, then the lease will have to be figured out. It's not just as simple as walking out the door with your car and the lease intact. Our next question is from Dinesh DK, and he's asking about seat covers. What's the big deal with seat covers? Well, the big deal is that cars are now getting 6 airbags, and two of those airbags are installed in the front seats on the sides. So, in case of an impact, they kind of pop out and protect you from the door, the windows, or any intrusions from that side, aside from the side curtain airbags, of course. Which means that the seats have been designed. Those natural, or rather the OEM spec seats, have this accommodation to allow for the seats to let the airbags out when required. Seat covers, if they aren't designed for that, will block the airbag. Seat covers that are designed will allow those airbags to pop out, but I don't want anything interfering with a safety system, which means if I have to have seat covers, aftermarket ones, which are not from the OEM, will have a question mark from my side, because it's not only the design of the seat covers, it will also be the fitment. And if I were to get seat covers, I'd look for OEM options, get it fit from the dealer, who will then have the responsibility of doing it properly. Ideal world scenario, I would not fit them at all, because I don't want anything getting in the way of the safety systems. Well, that's it for this episode of Ask MotorInc. If you have questions that we haven't answered via the other questions that all our family in the motoring circles have asked, head there. Download the Motoring app if you haven't already. It's free. The sign up is free, and Motoring Circles is free. And the Motoring fam there is awesome. We hope we'll see you there, and we look forward to getting the opportunity to answer your questions. Show Me will be up next with the bike queries. So, see you after that.